Greetings to my current subscribers and viewers of my YouTube channel. Here we are with another video I thought I'd do. Another video of Minesweeper. This time around we're doing what's described as the custom game setup, where based on this setup you can create the width of the board, the height of the board, that is. I almost said Borg, as in Star Trek The Next Generation. Whoops. But anyway, we can control the number of mines or bombs that we wish to find. So I guess we'll just play around a little bit, see what I want to do. 'Maybe I should play it that way. Humorously, the way the board looks right now, it kind of reminds me of that floating monolith in those two movies called 2001 Space Odyssey and its follow-up 2010 Space Odyssey, if I remember correctly. $504 bombs. Even at my best, I don't think I could find 504 bombs without blowing myself up, so I'm not even going to try it. I guess I'll try it based on these settings. And if I look at where I just put that little arrow, the cursor as they would call it, that 13 by 13 looks like a mathematical equation. 13 times 13, which would come out as 169. I thought that through this video I'd display my mathematical talent, which is easy to do when I'm around others. I do have a few other talents that I can do, but based on current circumstances, it's difficult to get around to showing those talents. Not that they're bad or anything, but there's one talent that I have that has created a misunderstanding, even though I was not being bad about it. As I do repeat what I said, that I was not being bad about that talent, just a misunderstanding over it. I can't really get too specific about it through the internet. I wish I could say why, in case if there's prying eyes that's trying to figure out what I'm saying, but I understand that posting videos on YouTube is designed for people to see what you're doing and hear what you say. But in the meantime, here we go. Minesweeper on the custom level, where you can design how you want the board to look like and how many mines you want to find. Well, that was fun. It did take me a while because I was playing this game without a mouse. Now, in the previous video, I was talking about someone I used to see attend church, and I already mentioned her name. Even though I said that I described this person as being rotten to the core, I was being honest about it. But to put it more bluntly or accurate, and before I do describe it more bluntly and accurate, I do apologize ahead of time in case people don't agree with how I would describe someone, regardless how they act or look. But in regards to the person that I was talking about, Carrie Milligan, that is, she may look nice on the outside, but on the inside, unfortunately, she's just a walking piece of garbage. I normally do not say things like that. If anyone feels disappointed in me for saying that, sorry. I know eventually her old man, her dad, who I mentioned, Mike Milligan by name, I know he's not gonna see this video, so it's safe to say in this video that in the physical sense, he may look like a 6 foot tall, big guy, but in the spiritual sense, he is so small that the kids who sit up front in church during that segment that they call children's chat, well, in the spiritual sense, those kids are a lot bigger than Mike Milligan ever will be. And as I said before, I do apologize in advance for how I may how I may sound, I meant to say, based on my thoughts of Mike Milligan, that he doesn't have a big enough set to talk to his, he doesn't have a big enough set to talk to his daughter to teach her how wrong it is to misbehave during church and not to be treating anyone like a piece of dirt just because her mom, aka his wife, Joni, was nothing more than just a manipulative scumbag witch who raised their daughter to be mean to people. And there, I said it. Yeah, Joni Milligan, a scumbag witch who taught her daughter to be mean to people. And I did not deserve that mean behavior. And I already described Mike Milligan. And I already described Carrie Milligan. Of the Milligan family, only one of them seems to be halfway decent. Matt Milligan. I treated him like a younger brother. That's how I viewed him, in the sense of respect. That Matt Milligan was the closest person I have, or had, I should say, to a younger brother. That's how much respect that I treated him. So, an ungrateful family, to say the least. And I feel sorry for the man, if you can call him a man, more like the young guy who decided to marry Mike Milligan's daughter, Carrie, and to have a kid with her, because Carrie Milligan's little girl is going to grow up to be just as bad as her mom and her grandmother. I hate to say that about a child who I have not yet seen, but the cycle will continue based on that biblical teaching that I mentioned in the previous video. What the Bible says about the bad seed, on what it can do as well as what it cannot do. The things that Jesus said does not and will never change. In the meantime, time for me to move on and indulge in other computer-oriented activities.